Okay, this is a brief overview of how the Grid POS system works for multi-branch businesses. So you can open up the software here. You can type in your login credentials. So currently I'm just going to log in as the admin user. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with a brief overview of the system. Okay, um, we're just going to start off, say, from users. So I am just going to select system, and under manage users over here you can create new users, or you can go back to manage, or you can set permissions per user. So what this user has access to. So when you have a cashier, for example, you would create a user for that cashier, and obviously you would restrict access to only doing sales. You would restrict them from going into inventory, or let's say if you want to restrict them from voiding items or refunding items, price changes, you can do that. So that's just a quick overview of the users. And the main thing we're interested here is how the inventory works and how does it sync to all our other branches. So I'm just going to go under inventory. You see a lot of options here, printing labels, offers and loyalties you can set up. We are just going to focus on creating stock, editing stock. So this is the stock creation page. Every stock is uniquely identified by its stock code. So every product in the system has a unique stock code. And then every product with a stock code can have multiple different barcodes. So over here we give an option for one, but you can go under barcodes and you can add however many you need. This is done because some products come with barcodes from the manufacturer, and the manufacturer actually puts different types of barcodes sometimes. So maybe last year they had this type of barcode, and this year they change up their barcode, but now you're sitting with stock of both barcodes, but it's the same item. So you can set up the system to recognize both those barcodes. So I'm just gonna show you by creating an item. So we just learn as we go. So to create a new stock code, the system generates a stock code for you. You just press next code, which brings up the next available code. And if you're not using a barcode, you can just press enter and the system assigns the same stock code as the barcode. Then you can add a description. Now you do have to add at least some description. You can't leave it blank. This description is shown on your receipts, or when the cashier scans the item on the sales screen, it shows up with that name alongside its stock code. So we can just do a girl's top. Let's actually let's actually do a boys top, because I do have a department made for girls top. So let's just say boys top. And you can add more details if you want. You can select a supplier. You can easily create a new supplier by clicking this button. This is tracks for this product you got from which supplier, and you can get a general sense of the supplier gave me this product for this cost last time, etc. So the system comes default with a general supplier. This is if you're not keen in tracking all your suppliers, you can just put it all under general supplier. Same thing goes with departments. It comes with a general department, but you can put a specific department. For example, this is all the departments that are made, including girls top, but we'll create a new department for boys top. So we go under create department, and you can just create a department, say called DT boys top, or you can name it whatever you wish, and you can just create the department. And how do departments work across branches? So when you create a department, it is automatically created for all your branches. So if you make it from, we can see currently at the bottom, I'm the head office. So this would be your warehouse, or if you have a dedicated head office that controls the warehouse, this would be that computer. And if you go to your branches and you go into your back office computer, you wouldn't have to create another um, department called Boy Stops. It would just be there because it was created from the head office, including all the products that are created from the head office or any branch is synced across all other branches. So over here, we created a Boy Stop, and you can make sub-departments for a main department. You can make a sub one and a sub two department. You just simply click it. You can select which main department you want to create it under, and you can put in the sub one department name and create it. So over here, we're just going to select the Boy Stop, and we can see there's no option for sub one department because there's no sub one departments or sub two departments made under this department we just made. Now we can add a cost to this item. Let's say it's 54 and 24 and 50. And you can just press enter. If you want to add a VAT to your cost because your supplier charged you VAT, you can just say add VAT in cost and it adds the VAT in the cost. Then we can set up a markup. Let's say your business has a set markup of 55. You can add that, click enter, and the system calculates the sale price for you according to this markup. And this is your gross profit percentage. And let's say if you want, this is quite an odd number. Let's say you just want to sell it for 50. You don't mind what markup is, and you just say 50, and you can just click away and the system recalculates your markup and your profit percentage. I mean, no, it's not a percentage, it's your actual profit value. So the profit over here would be 21.82 cents. Then you can set, this is optional, you can set your maximum quantity and minimum quantity levels. So this just suggests, tells the system what would you consider overstocking, which is your maximum quantity, and what would you consider a reorder quantity. So once you set this up, let's say I set it to 5, the system would let me know I'm running low on the stock once it goes under 5. Then we can add the quantity we have of this item on hand. Let's say we have 50 pieces and we can now save this item. So it says stock item created successfully. Okay. And now we can see the stock on hand is 50. Now, how would you edit the quantity now once it's created? So there's two ways of doing this. I'll just go back to home to show you. You can either do it through adjust stock if you want to do it for just this branch. So over here, I could just scan the item and it will come up, or I can just press F2 and search for the item. So I can search Boy Stop and it comes up. And I can just now change the quantity. Let's say I add 10, can press enter, add, and now it's 60. Or you can come back to stock creation. Let's say you want to change the quantity in another branch. So ideally how you would want to do is first you want to add the quantity through to your head office or to your warehouse to show that it arrived at your warehouse, and then you want to distribute it to all your other branches. That's done through branches, and you can go into inter-branch transfer, and that does a transfer from your warehouse to your branch and automatically deducts quantities from your warehouse and adds it automatically to that branch's system, and it prints out all your delivery notes and your interbranch transfer invoices, etc., etc. And then that's also good because now from any branch you can check what happened to those quantities. You would be able to see that the head office says 20 pieces went to XYZ branch. So over here, we can also press F2, or you can just type in or scan the barcode. And for this boys top, something we pull the branch in the product, and we see here it's showing us the 30-day history movement of this product. So we see that it was created here, stock creation, and we added 50 pieces. So it shows that 50 pieces were added, the movement was 50. And then we see we added 10 pieces, the new quantity was 60. So exactly like this, once you do an interbranch transfer over here, it will show up, let's say I send 20 pieces, it'll be like new pieces, the new quantity would be 40 then. The movement would be a minus 20 because 20 has gone out. The reason would be interbranch transfer from head office to the branch name. And also your invoices will also show up, which invoices actually sold this product and how much of it. So to select items from, to add quantities, let's say you don't want to do an interbranch transfer, you just want to straight up just add one quantity. You can also do that. The only downside to that is it wouldn't subtract the quantity from your head office. So if you've already added the stock to your head office, your warehouse, and you want to just transfer it and subtract from your warehouse, you would do an interbranch transfer. If you haven't added it to your warehouse, your head office system, and you just simply directly want to just put it into your branches, which is not ideal, but if you do want to do it, it's sometimes quicker. You can just go under current branch. So currently we are looking at the head office, and you just switch to your other branch. Let's say I have some demo branches pulled up here, and we can just pull up a branch, and then you'll be able to pull the stock code and simply the same way just add a quantity. Now we will just look at the sales system and how a brief overview of the sales system. So I can open the sales system here. This is set configured for a retail shop right now. If it was, we also have a touchscreen point of sale system, but that's normally used for takeaways environments. For retail, we do suggest a keyboard and the system. It's typically faster, but it's up to the business owner what they prefer. So over here, the cashier would just scan the item. So I'm just gonna demonstrate how that would happen. The item would just bring up like this on the screen. We see boys top 50 Rand, and it tells you your totals, etc., etc. You can do price changes. You can do add a quantity. You can give products out on lay-by per customer. You can put it to accounts. There's a lot of things we can do, um, and there's just a lot to go over if I tell you every feature this can do. So just going to demonstrate a sale here. Let's say 50, 50 Rand is the total. We can press F7, and that's the tender amount. How much does the customer give us? Let's say the customer gave us 100 Rand cash. You can just put 100 Rand, and you can put it into a cash sale. You will learn all the keyboard shortcuts and how to perform sales through the training. And then you can just press F2 that indicates a cash sale, F2, and that will process the sale as that processes the sale. Currently, I don't have it set to a printer. That's why it shows me the A4 invoice, but normally it will show you a normal 80mm receipt. It will print out. And you can ignore this job allocation. Currently, I have it set for another demo that includes jobs. So this is the change would be 50 Rand, and you can just give it to your customer. To show you POS cash apps, brief overview of POS cash apps, you go to POS cash apps, and that basically shows you how much sale each cashier has done, and the amount in their tills, how much cash they have, how much card sales they've done, EFTs, any returns they've processed. So we can see what data I have under admin. So I have some sales that were done here. But we can see over here that the 50 Rand sale we just did, we can even double click on it to pull it up. And we can see that it's the Boys Top sale we just did. And you can see, so this is the total amount of sales, including the petty cash or the float. So this is if you, at the end of the day, or when the cash up is being done by the cashier, you put in your note values here. So let's say the cashier had 300 Rand notes, 10, 50 Rand notes, etc., etc. And it shows you. So the declared, it shows 800. The cashier is short by 2,623.74 cents. It should be 00, like the bottom here. And so yeah, this shows you the total value required. That should be in the cash till and in the bank. So the total sales that this cashier has done, and this is the declared amount currently, and this is the difference. You can also look at other things. We have the gross cash, the gross total. So this is um, the total cash that should be in the till without your float or your petty cash. That basically means how much actual cash was generated from sales. Um, so that would be 3,273.74, not 3,423, because we have 150 Rand float, which was basically change in the till when the cashier started the shift. And you can also see other different things, any returns done, voids, items, and you can print your cash up receipt, which is just a summary of all these values in one slip. Okay, anything else would be your reports. I believe I can't open interbranch transfer right now, but yeah, because the system is not set up for interbranch transfer currently. But we will get that set up for you. It's exactly how I explained, and we can give you a demo on that if you require it. We can go under reports then to see different types of reports. You have your sale reports. If you are sitting in if you are in a branch, you can also see live sales. So you can pull up all your till points and have a look at how every cashier is doing sales. Let me just show you. Go on the cashier live sales. So it will show you live of the cashier ringing up items, and you can set up two cashiers at once and you can monitor them ringing up items, voiding items, processing sales, and you can just monitor that. We can go under reports and you have your stock analysis, your account and lay-by reports. Let's say you can go under stock analysis and you not only can you do it for your head office, you can also select a branch here. So I can go under branch and I can select any branch of mine and I can check the stock adjustment reports on the items sold between these dates. You have your stock only report, so show me only the zero items or only the negative items on the system. Same thing can be done here. You want a stock report. Okay, and that was just a very brief overview of the whole system. You can also do other things like when you come on the suppliers, you can do GRVs, and you can also do your purchase orders, and you can just have a look at these different options over here. And you can also get a summary. So at the end of every day, when you're about to close your store, you've cashed up all your toll points, all your cashiers. You have to do an end of day. You just come to end of day and you process it. So what does this mean for multi-branch system is that once an end of day is done, you would get an email. We can set up the business owners can get an email showing a summary of that day report that's automatically sent. So what that report looks like, you just go to summary of today, and I can send you a demo report that shows. It basically has all the sales, all the refunds, any payouts done, what is your best-selling stock items of the day, and how much stock you have in total in that branch, etc. And yeah, that was just a very brief overview. You can let me know if you need to see anything else in specific. Okay, thank you.